Good afternoon, everyone. This is Evangeline Byars. I'll give you all time to come in. We're going to be discussing today the basis of unity. This video will be about the basis of unity in the upcoming 2024 TWU Local 100 elections. But let's just give people a few minutes to come in. Okay, give people a few more minutes to come in. Well, not even minutes, a few more seconds, because we have been on now for 1 minute. I'll give everybody 1 more minute to come on. I'll share out the video so people can come on. Okay, so today's video is going to be about the basis of unity. So earlier today, I received an announcement for Tramel Thompson that he will not be running for president of Local 100. He has no intention, and that all opposition candidates and slates should come together to unite in the upcoming election. I just want to be very clear that I have been working to come together with all opposition candidates since this whole discussion of running in the upcoming election was when we all decided that we would step up and run again to try to attempt to take back our union and to take back our union, and so that we can move our union forward. I have reached out to Mike Cordero. He also had reached out to me way before the elections had started. At that time, I was not the head of Slate. I did not have a team. I was not the head of Slate. And so they had called me one day to come and meet, and I had scheduled it or whatever, and I wound up having to cancel that meeting with them. However, later on, once we got together and we started having these discussions around running, I reached out to Mr. Cordero again to discuss bringing our slates together. We now have a broken union. It is evident and it is very clear that the president of Local 100 is working hand in hand with management. In the last video that I did with Angelita Barkis, the station agent who is up for dismissal and fighting for her job right now in arbitration, the appointed president referenced Demetrius Kretschlow, who is the president of the MTA, and how he is displayed and how he is discussed on social media platforms. No president of a union would ever find themselves putting themselves in the same category as a leadership or the president or the corporation or the company that they have to defend their members against and bargain collectively in order to take care of their membership. So we're in a very serious situation right now, and everyone knows it. I just sent, as I told you the other day, I just had to send out a letter to Labor Relations, letting them know that superintendents have started to insert themselves in the upcoming elections and are targeting and holding captive audience meetings with employees and members of Local 100 in order to stop me from having the prevailing voice and having access to the membership when we are supposed to have equal access. We know over the last couple of elections that the reason why we have not been able to successfully take back the union is that on the dissident side, on the opposition side, those of us who are fighting for a better union, we all have not come together. Last election, when it was found that I was to be disqualified due to a court order and a court decision that said that the union did not have to adhere to its own constitution and bylaws when it comes to elections, and that they can make the decisions as they want. They didn't have to notify us if we were in bad standing and so forth and so on. I submitted myself to that decision, although we did appeal it. It is appealed. However, I do not have the funds to fight on with that case on the appeals in the appellate division to get it overturned because it's a bad decision. So here we are again in 2024, faced with the same conditions of the last election. Opposition slates being asked by the membership and those who want to see us prevail for us to come together and take this union. I have put out the call today after receiving the announcement from Mr. Thompson about the call for us to come together. I text Mr. Cordero, and I'll read the text to you just so you'll know what it is. So Mr. Cordero says that he has a campaign manager who is running in CED, Gary, what is his name? Mr. Yaroshenko. And so I sent him this letter along with the post from Mr. Thompson. Good afternoon, Mr. Cordero. Here we are again. I have reached out to you on more than one occasion to discuss how we can come together to combine our slates so we do not split the vote. I have agreed to meet on more than one occasion. Even when you have provided me the meeting time, you continue to not make time. You did the same thing last election, causing your slate to lose. Union elections are not about personal ambition, but what is in the best interest of the members and the union. Hopefully, you can let cooler heads prevail and we can reason as to what is the best pathway to a collective victory. The union is broken, and together we can forge ahead to a victory the members will overwhelmingly elect. In solidarity, Evangeline Byars, head of Slate, we are stronger together. This is very important to understand that last election, when it was determined that I could not run, we still had time to bring our teams together. And I reached out to the opposition slate, and my team agreed. And I told them, we're going to go, I'm going to call them, and now you can go with the opposition slate. So I reached out to them to have discussions about taking the people who were already on my team and merging them with the team that was there. However, Mr. Cordero and Mr. Navarro refused to speak to me, flat out refused to speak to me, and would not take the people, even though they didn't have all of the positions covered. So this is very important to understand too. All of the seating was, and all of the positions were not filled. And having my team merge with them, they were short 2,000 votes. It could have been a victory. And so here I am again today on July 14th, a month and maybe about 43 days from the upcoming notice of slate nominations. A call for unity is out. I am willing to unify, to discuss the basis of unity for us to come together so that we do not split the vote. Now, I want the members to understand that I am not blocking unity. I'm willing to come to the table with anyone to sit down and discuss the basis of unity. If you have any questions or you want to follow up to discuss how we can all work together to ensure that this happens, I'm available. My number is 347-757-1212. You can also inbox me on Facebook, all of the social platforms, leave messages on YouTube and Facebook, etc., for us to ensure that this happens. This is not about me just having the ambition to become president of Local 100. This is about a broken union. You have no more elections to lose. The selling out of our union and our union being compromised has been on display for all to see. We have appointed a president who is currently in court because he has been alleged to have beat his girlfriend. We have an alleged president. We have an appointed president who has given back retiree medical, who has given a member up to management. And if he has done this to her, there are more people just like Angelita who are either terminated or facing termination or facing an arbitration all by themselves, with being abandoned by the union, and where the attorneys and union reps have been instructed to not help people who are in distress and facing dismissal or days in the street or whatever the infraction and the disciplinary that is being meted out is. So we know where we are right now. The only way for us to turn it around is that the members have to make a decision on what type of president do you want. Do you want a president that refuses to sit down and have any discussions about unity? Or do you want a president that is willing to bring everybody together, no matter who they are, for us to come together to see what is the best pathway forward in this upcoming election? Again, my name is Evangeline Byars, candidate for president of TWU Local 100. And remember, we are stronger together. Thank you for your time.